Kia ora. Nau mai, haere mai ki te electric bike team. My name is Maurice and this is EBT, or e-bike team. We're on a mission to turn Auckland into a city on two wheels by providing the best electric bike service that the city's ever seen, helping you have a successful transition to an e-bike lifestyle. So we're situated in the centre of Auckland, right next to the pink cycle path, and we've got the biggest range of electric bikes in the whole country. We specialise mainly in commuting, cargo and everyday bikes. That includes recreational rail trails type bikes, things that you use for daily purposes, leisure, going to the shops, cafes, seeing your friends, going to work, carrying your kids, all the things that you do in daily life that can be done with more enjoyment, more efficiently on an electric bike. What we aim for here is to have the right range of bikes to give you confidence that you've got everything you need to choose from to make the right decision, with knowledgeable staff who listen to you and help match the best bike to you. We've got the best test riding in the world, really, with the famous pink cycle path right behind our shop. The perfect place to get to know different bikes, compare them side by side, to come riding with a friend. And most importantly, if you haven't ridden for a long time or bike riding is new to you, it's the perfect place to feel safe and comfortable. 4 metres wide, no intersections, definitely no cars, just you and your bike and getting to know it. The cycle network comes out from here. It all sort of originates from here, goes in each direction, out east to Mission Bay, out west to Te Atatū and around there, or into the city in two directions, the Grafton Gully Cycleway or Nelson Street. So there's plenty of good test riding that you can do that goes a long way, up plenty of hills in real life conditions, but on cycleways. So show you around what's in the shop. We've got everything from very high-end made-to-order German bikes like Riese and Muller, the extremely sought-after Moustache range from France. That's very well known, especially for their Crossroads series, which nails a very common desire in New Zealand, which is an everyday bike that you can use during your normal life and take it on rail trails and things like that when you can, and know that it's unlikely that your bike's going to meet its limits. You've got a bike that truly can do both worlds. We've got a big range of commuting electric bikes, such as the Cube and Gepida, Del Sol, these bikes with Bosch and Shimano mid-drive systems that are good for sort of a mixture of recreational and commuting. We have the Magnum electric bikes, an American brand, and the eZee bike. We import eZee bike as well. It's a bit of a crowd favourite, a real strong workhorse electric bike that can just go for tens and thousands of kilometres. These Magnums and eZees, they're sort of in our workhorse range. They're more transport oriented. Of course, you can take it on a ride for fun. They are fun to ride, but they're aiming more at things like big batteries, good range, plenty of power up hills, bright lights, solid tyres, good locks, that kind of thing. Trying less to be something that feels like riding a bike or is super light. So very fit for everyday tasks, especially in a hilly city like Auckland. Now, the bikes is just part of it. What we get a lot of good feedback on is the accessories we've got to go with it, stuff that's fit for purpose for electric bikes and really makes the difference to your experience of just having the right stuff. And again, the knowledgeable staff who know which things will work well for you on which bikes. So security is a bigger and bigger issue in Auckland. We only stock high-end locks that make sense and viable to use in Auckland. So none of the ones that people can just come and snip along and cut off and take away. And a variety of price points and types, anything from a $300 level 15 lock with an alarm to a $70 one, which is appropriate for some but not all electric bikes. Wheel locks or cafe locks is another thing that we've got a good variety on. Some of them come on the electric bikes we sell, others we can fit to it, and that's a really simple, fast way to add extra security to your e-bike. If your bike hasn't got one, there's a good chance it can fit one, and it's really a must. We have a full mechanical workshop, so we can take care of your bike after you own it. That's actually really what we are for. Of course, most people meet us when they're buying a bike, but you'll buy the bike once, you'll need it serviced forever, really. So we offer that program maintenance where you can come every 6 months or 12 months depending on your needs and know that your bike is always in the best possible condition, safest possible state, preserve all its warranties and have a minimum of downtime. When you do have downtime, when your e-bike is here with us, we have a fleet of courtesy bikes that we can lend to you while your bike is booked in for its service. And that's something we know is important because once you have an e-bike, nothing really replaces it. It's too hard to be without it and go back to the bus or the car and that kind of thing. And anyway, when you drop it off, how are you going to get to the next place? So we have a lot of people who will ride in, drop off their electric bike, ride off on one of ours. We'll try and fix it that same day, and then they'll swap back maybe after work or the next day. So that's something that people really love as well. The other accessories we have that are really important for electric bike include things for carrying stuff. So waterproof pannier bags, for example. We do a lot of Ortlieb waterproof pannier bags, have the biggest selection in the country. A lot of our customers say that they have no intention of riding in the rain, and that's fine. But what happens over time is people enjoy their bikes more and more, get more confident on them, realise how much better they are than their other options, such as going back to the bus or the car, so they start to ride it even when there's a bit of rain. And if you've lived in Auckland for a while, you know that it can rain for 5 minutes at any time on any given day, even if the rest of the day is nice and bright. So a waterproof pannier bag by Ortlieb is a really good match for an electric bike. If that's not your thing, we have a lot of pannier bags that give you more variety of colour, style, price points, size, shape, from brands like Basil from the Netherlands or New Looks, also from also Dutch. And that's a big part of it too, not to mention baskets, dog carriers, all that sort of thing. Cargo bikes is a big part of what we do. So we have long-tail cargo bikes. This is the most popular format of cargo bike. People often ask, what is a cargo bike? Well, there's no exact line where a bike becomes a cargo bike, but you can think of it as a bike whose design purpose is for carrying more than just the rider. So unlike a normal bike that can have things attached to it, add-ons and retrofits to carry an extra bag or a basket, a cargo bike's design brief was to carry more than just you. A long-tail cargo bike is a normal bike in shape with a longer rack. So some of the heavyweights out there is the Yuba Spicy Curry, the Turn GSD, the eZee Expedier, and the Benno Boost. Benno's coming out with a few different formats now, but the Benno long-tail cargo bikes. Typically, people are putting 1 to 2 children on the back. Your kids can grow quite big and still fit on these. People often ask, when do their kids grow out of them? It's when they no longer want to be on the bike with you. You know, they just don't want to be seen with you or whatever it is. It's more that. There's no particular size limit, depending on the one you chose, of course. Some of them are bigger than others and therefore can carry taller or heavier children. So the long-tail cargo bike's definitely one of the biggest and most exciting sections. We have a big range of helmets, not just sort of sporty helmets, but also some that are more urban styled. So that might mean they have a visor, or the ventilation is underneath and not visible from on top. They might have a light on the back. There's even one that has a rain cover that you can pop over. So the helmets as well are sort of matching what's appropriate for an electric bike rider. Car racks, the Thule eZee Fold 932, for example, that's one of the best car racks for carrying electric bikes on the market. I've stopped talking about all the great features. I just try and describe it as it's the one that means that if you do need to take a couple of electric bikes with you on the car, it's easy. It's not a drag. It's not something that you think 3 times before doing it. They load on easily. It's not a physically tiring task. Anyone can do it. And you can still tilt the thing back, access the boot and all that sort of thing. And so you won't think twice about taking it along, even if you're only going to go on a 20-minute ride. It just makes the job easy and something anybody can do. Other accessories, we've got front racks for carrying things, dogs, things like that on your bike. The usual pumps, lights, that sort of stuff, but all of it with an e-bike tilt. So instead of a huge range of bottle cages based on how heavy or light they are, we have them based on where they can fit on your bike and whether or not they can fit a coffee cup. It's that sort of thing. We don't yet have the ashtray, but we're working on it. Other stuff in the shop, baby seats is a big part of what we do. So we've got easily the best range of baby seats in the country, from Yep, Tip, Bowbike, various other Dutch brands you haven't heard of because we have to import them directly ourselves just to cover the range. It's not just about getting the right baby seat, it is actually about getting the right bike that works with the child seat. So it's something you want to think about when you choose your bike, and of course we can help you through that. These days we get a lot of people walking into an e-bike shop and they already look tired. They say, oh, there's just so much choice, they don't know where to begin. It's true, there's a lot of choice. You go back 4 or 5 years to when we started, and maybe there were 10 brands in New Zealand, and now I couldn't tell you how many, hundreds. Choice is a good thing, but you do need to be guided towards what's going to work for you, what's worth looking at, and what isn't. So our process here is to listen to you, to understand what you want out of your bike, what success means to you. It doesn't necessarily mean riding every day. It might just mean going to the library every other fortnight or something like that. We want to learn what it means for you, what your experience of riding is recently, where you live, the barriers you're going to face in storage, using it, security, all those things. When we understand your needs, then it goes from sort of 50 or 60 bikes here to maybe 2 or 3 that we think are the ones you need to shortlist. The next step is a test ride. We've got the best test riding you could possibly have in Auckland, and we're very patient in guiding you through that. Take all the time you need. It's fine to bring a friend. You can both take a bike, even if one of you has no interest in buying one. It's more fun that way, and you can swap with each other and cover twice as many bikes more quickly. When you come back from your test ride, if one of them suits you, then great, job done, that's your bike. If you have some things you liked about this one, but others that you liked about that one, sometimes that triggers something in us that goes, I know the perfect one for you, let's try this one. And we can narrow it down quite quickly. It doesn't have to be such a big task. The whole process can take some time. You generally want to have a good hour or so set aside, or break it down. Maybe one visit to have that first chat, figure out what you're going to test ride, we'll write it down for you, and then you can come and try it next time. But don't try and cram it in all at once while you're waiting for your parking ticket money to expire or something like that. It does take a bit of time to make a good decision, and we do have a lot of bikes here. But there's no reason that you need to be paralysed with choice for months and months and months. It's a pretty simple process. If after the end of that you're still just not quite sure, there's one that you think is just right, but there's just something that is eating on your mind, we can arrange overnight trials. So that would let you say, do the ride you're thinking of doing, try that hill that you're worried about, see if it fits in your storage place properly. So we can do that. If you're almost there and just need that little nudge, that's something we can arrange. We are committed to making sure that you get the right one for you. And then once you own the bike, a place that's convenient to visit, get it serviced by people who know what they're doing, courtesy bikes, well, we've got your bike, and a fun place you can bring your friends for them to get their electric bike too. So we hope to see you soon.